debates and decisions that are shaping our continent now in Europeans.
The European Union's third biggest maritime trade power by tonnage is Cyprus, and that is with giant neighbour Turkey banning its vessels. How much busier could the island's southern port of Limassol be if this were different? The European Commission says bluntly in its latest report on Ankara's EU membership bid, Turkey must open its ports this December by legal obligation. Or else what? Or else Turkey's accession negotiations could be seriously undermined. What are voices in Cyprus saying about the power play on ports? The island is divided. Officially there is just one Cyprus, but really there are two. The internationally recognized Greek Cypriot South and the Turkish Cypriot North, occupied by troops from Turkey, which supports the enclave alone. Turkey refuses vessels flying the Greek Cypriot flag. This is directly harming the economic interests of an EU member state, Cyprus's finance minister complains.
The shipping sector is a very significant sector in Cyprus. We have attracted a number of important companies which have found it interesting and profitable to be in Cyprus. And we believe that the fact that there is this embargo is causing them to re-evaluate the situation and perhaps change their approach.
They are warning they might leave Cyprus. The director of the Limassol-based Department of Merchant Shipping raises the case of a principal Chinese shipping line.
China, COSCO, used the port of Limassol as a transhipment port. Also, we are negotiating the construction of warehouses. This has not materialized, and even COSCO moved to another port because the largest country in the area is Turkey. So if Turkey is out, the whole operation is out.
The lost business potential for Cyprus is vast, because closed Turkish ports means above all no entry to Ceyhan. Ceyhan is not just any port, it is the terminus of the new Baku-Tbilisi oil pipeline to the Mediterranean. Earlier this year, Turkey proposed opening its ports to the Greek Cypriots if the European Union lifts all trade restrictions for Turkish northern Cyprus. Today, EU-bound exports from the northern port of Famagusta are hampered by customs tariffs and certification procedures. Before the division of the island, when a Greek-inspired coup in 1974 triggered a Turkish invasion, Famagusta was the busiest port. By comparison, today it's virtually hibernating. The current Finnish EU presidency has reinvigorated diplomatic initiatives for a compromise. It has offered to end the Famagusta restrictions if the port becomes EU-administered. Then Turkish Cypriots could export their goods directly to EU countries. But the truck owners, dockers and ship managers of Famagusta are against the Finnish proposal, insisting it must go further.
You see nothing. The proposal of Finland government is a proposal which the inside is empty and doing nothing to us. What we are expecting, we are expecting to have all the embargoes and isolation lifted up, especially direct flights to the Ercan.
Opening the embargoed Ercan airport to international flights would reshape the flow of tourism and money, an economic interest for both sides. The European proposal includes the return of the resort of Varosha from Turkish military control back to the Greek Cypriots for resettlement. Euronews asked Cyprus President Tassos Papadopoulos about including Ercan in the deal. He strictly rejects any recognition, direct or indirect, of the self-proclaimed Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus as a matter affecting state sovereignty.
A new discussion of the direct trade regulation should go as a packet together with the return of Famagusta or Varosha and some kind of a moratorium in the use of the Greek Cypriot owned lands in the occupied areas.
The president of the Turkish Cypriot Chamber of Commerce calls the proposed EU deal unfair, because by his calculations the preferential EU tariff arrangement for Famagusta translates into a mere $9 million benefit for the Turkish Cypriots.
The benefits are very small, whereas the benefits of Turkish ports being open to Greek navigation is immense, huge. As you know, because of the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline, there will be at least a $2 billion transportation cake.
Here is a man in the south determined to get his part of that. If he can't, he'll say goodbye to Cyprus. Dirk Fry is the head of the Limassol-based company Columbia Ship Management. He manages a supertanker fleet.
There are alternatives, other possibilities, but they wouldn't do the European Union any good. For instance, we could choose another home base. To outline one of these thoughts, there is the question, should we relocate to Singapore? Should we stay in Cyprus?
Crossing the border again into Northern Territory, European taxpayers' money has renovated the old market bazaar in Famagusta. A €38 million EU package for the north is on the way. The projects to be supported range from waste disposal to demining, energy management and the upgrading of local infrastructure, developing the private sector and spreading information about the EU's legal workings. Yet Europe can only go so far to ease the North's isolation, and outsiders' ability to broker a breakthrough is limited. There are not many North-South civil initiatives here, but the Dialogue is one of them, a Turkish, Greek and English trilingual weekly newspaper. This edition headlines the release of a new CD by the Greek-Turkish duo Adamos and Yiltan. Each sings in his own language. They call the checkpoints along the line cutting through the country black gates.
The black gate is like a knife in our heart. We have to take it out. It's bleeding all the time. We have to take it out. We have to bring light. In this, we are in a tube, in a tunnel without light. We have to bring the light without music.
Our slogan is, if we sing together, we live together.
Yes.
And why should we live under the same sky and on black gates, and to show our passport, our IDs?
Yes. We are refugees in our country. There's no other country again, but there are refugees in their own country. And people we want to unite together. Our leaders, it is supposed they are negotiating for this and they can't find a solution. This is crazy.
So maybe the people, when they listen this song, Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots as well, they start to think about it and to push a little bit to politicians.
Kara kapı, kara kapı, sen geçirdin limanı, iki halkın arasında bir bıçaksın, saklı kanlı. Mavri pili, dikos pistin και θρησκεία, έχεις γίνει ανάμεσα μας, το μαχαίρι που στάζει αίμα.